Happy Friday, kings and queens. This is Lady L of Business Strategies and Tips. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am your host today from Success Beyond Strategies, LLC, building strategies that become successful actions, helping business owners and entrepreneurs take their vision, mission, and purpose, identify it, define it, clarify it, turn it into a legal, successful, and profitable business entity. Thank you so much for joining me today on this Finish Strong Friday. Hence the gear. Today's a work day for me, and we're going to get into why in a minute. But let's get down to the technicalities. This show is brought to you by the Mandate Exchange Group, a book club, a social club of like-minded individuals with a powerful magnetic attraction that we help with healthy relationships. We help develop personal development, sharing wisdom and experiences in generational wealth and wealth preservation. We are in the business empowerment days of the week. That's why it is Finish Strong Friday. And we just share some golden nuggets to get you successfully and victoriously through your week. All right. Finish Strong Friday. We have been in the ABLE series. We talked about being teachable and coachable and trainable. And now we're going to talk about a new word that in the course of this week, it just dropped in my spirit. The power found in being investable. We've been talking about a power series August and September, and we're running it right in through into October. I'm here to tell you this word is powerful because on today, even in my mentoring classes today, that was the key word. Are you investable? When we listen to our mentors and we talk about all the things that they're pouring into us, all the things that they have shared with us, the checklist of things that they have given to us throughout these 10 months of this year alone, not to mention last year being our freshman year, because I call this a university, because seriously, the courses, when I say intense, I'm talking about what you need to put into your business in order to get out of your business what you want it to be. And that's successful and profitable. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. Everybody would be owning a business, but it's not. So you have to understand what is being sown into you, and as a result, what you need to produce, so that the one thing that gives a leader the most pride is seeing the fruit of their labor, the outcome of what they anticipated, that they saw in you, that you were able to produce. And even if you are a mentor, a coach, a business leader, you want to see that the people you're sowing into in your business, in your organization, in your ministry, in your entities, that it's bearing fruit. That's the joy of being in a leadership and entrepreneurship, a business owner capacity. You want to see your fruit. You want to see happy clients and customers. You want to see those happy clients and customers referring other people and saying, I came to you because you gave Susan such awesome service and she was bragging about your business so much we had to come see for ourselves type of feedback. There's so many things that you want to see produce from your labors. So you want to make sure that you are investing as you are being invested in. So we're going to talk about the power found in being investable. Investable is, or to invest is the provision of endowment. You're endowing, you're imparting into something or someone with a particular quality or attribute. Because even the Word of God tells us that you don't just cast your pearls just anywhere. You don't just sow seed in any kind of ground. You don't sow it in stony ground or thorny ground or hard ground that hasn't been tilled and nurtured and worked with so that the soil becomes pliable for the seed. Because the seed is going to grow. The problem is not with the seed. The problem is not with what is being sown into you. The question is, are you good soil? Are you stony soil? Are you thorny soil? What kind of soil are you that you're sowing into when you look at the people that has your results? and you're watching their videos, you're watching their moves, you're seeing how they do things. What are you drawing from them that you can acquire into your own business or organization or ministry? So that is critically important. To be investable is to make use of for future benefits or advantages. Your mentors, your coaches, they want to be able to say, yes, this is the fruit. And they want to see you're growing exponentially because they already know they're going to grow exponentially because they know what they're sowing into you. You know what you are sowing into your employees, your staff, your management team, your sales force, your marketing teams. You know what you're putting into it. So if you are taking that time and that care to sow in, you want to make sure that these, the people that are serving with you are investable. You don't want to train people for them to walk away. We talked about the NDAs in that particular situation. So if you missed any of those shows, you need to go to my YouTube channel, Lady Vern, LadyVerne. Like, subscribe, hit the notification button and the bell so that you can get these strategies and tips on a daily basis to make sure that you are flowing and going in your business. To be investable, when you put money, effort, time, sweat equity, that means your energy, your resources, you're putting it into something or someone, again, you want to see the benefit of profit or an advantage. And if you are a win-win person type of person, you create win-win types of situations, circumstances, opportunities, so that people can see that you are investable as a company, as an organization, as a ministry, someone that they feel that if I'm going to pour out all of me or as much as I should pour out, when I say that I'm going to be committed to your organization, business, company, or ministry, then they want to see some fruit as well. So it's a win-win. It works both ways. And when you can establish those types of atmospheres in your organizations and business entities, then that's when you are going to get the sustainability of staff so that you can grow. A tree does not grow being constantly uprooted and replanted, constantly uprooted and planted. Now, things have shifted and changed from the 40 and 40, where you get 40 years of your time for 40 hours a week, every day of the week that you're working, in the hopes that you come up with this humongous harvest. If you have not done anything extra, okay, that may not be a win-win situation. So with turnovers of time and people not operating in that realm of longevity, you want to at least be able to get 5, 10, maybe 15, if not the whole 30 or 40 years of their time in life. So you have to always be growing, always be evolving to make sure that you can gain these types of people. And even if there is a rotation of people, when they rotate out and they see where they've come from, and they've come from your company and they're producing in that company, you never know. They may end up coming after more of your people. So you may want to change your business into developing people. We do have companies and organizations out there where their sole purpose is to develop people, either for their own business, because owning business is not for everybody. Wealth is not for everybody, but if it's for you, then you need to do your part in making sure that you're going the extra mile to produce investable people or develop investable businesses. What makes companies investable? An excellent management team. Now, that management team right now could just be you. But if you are setting the strategic plans, the goals, the structures in place that is executed, that as you're growing, people are following, people are working with you, then they see that you have an excellent management team, then you are a reproducer of investable people. So that's important to understand and to know. When makes companies investable, companies are led by solid management teams with experience, knowledge, and complementary skills. We talked about that this week in the other ABLE sessions when we talked about gaining the knowledge that you need to develop and master your craft, to make sure that your craft is strong, so that you are developing those complementary skills within your business entity, along with the ability to create a great culture. That is so critically important. Nobody wants to come to work with a moaning, groaning boss, with a moaning, groaning leader, with a moaning, groaning team, where all people are doing all day is murmuring and complaining, gossiping and backbiting. No. Now, when we look at big companies, and I'm not going to name names, sometimes on that level, they really don't care. So you have to care about you and where you are going in your life. Now, if you're going to make this company a career, then you need to have a different attitude. You need to be coachable, teachable, trainable, and learnable. Okay? And if you're not going to do that, I can't tell you what to do then. Because even if you try to get your own business, you're going to reap what you sow. So if that's the type of person you're giving out, those are the type of people you're going to harvest into your business. So you need to check your attitude, okay? And make sure that your mentality is straight and be an investable person. Now, what factors are considered by an investor to invest in a startup? Say you're a startup business. You're 1 to 3 years in. You're doing well. Your numbers are looking good. And you're ready to make that next move. And you're putting together that business plan, that presentation. You know, you're going after that funding opportunity, that investment opportunity, and you need to go to mindfulnesscreations.com to have that balanced and checked to make sure that you are ready, because they will let you know if you are a green light company, okay? Take my word for it. Trust me. If you get a green light through mindfulnesscreations.com, you are guaranteed to be a successful, profitable business entity. I'm here to tell you from personal experience, okay? They got the goods. You need to check them out. With that being said, let's move on. The factors that are considered by an investor to invest in a startup is passionate founders with skin in the game. You've got an awesome vision, wonderful mission, fantastic purpose. It's going to serve communities. It's going to serve people. It's going to help elevate people to another dimension. You've got your personal development component embedded in it and the whole 9 yards. But if you're not going to put any skin in the game, what makes you think other people are going to put skin in the game in your game? They want to see, what did you put into it? Shark Tank. You're not walking in the door without at least making a minimum $500,000. Okay? Because they want to see if you put skin in your own game. How and why do you think someone ought to invest in you when you have not invested in you? Trust your journey. Enjoy the journey. Be patient with your journey. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Having passion for the startup is pretty easy to come by business founders, because you hold it. You are birthing it. No one can tell it better than you can. Another thing that is considered when investors are looking at startups, your significant market size. What's your market? What's your industry? And how are you fitting your business entity in that industry? Are you a leader in that industry or a follower? Do you have great potential because you already have good traction in your industry? These are things to prepare. Competitive advantage. That even though you may be in, and I don't really like to use the word high saturated or highly saturated market, because honestly, in my opinion, there isn't one. Because when you find your niche, when you take your gift, your talent, your calling, and you uniquely put that thing together, just because there's other people in a similar industry does not mean that you can't have a competitive advantage. So don't be blocked by your industry. What unique gift do you bring to the table that is unique to you, that is not found anywhere else because it is birthed from you? A gift given to you, or gifts given to you by God that, hey, Nobody can do it like you can, regardless. So you need to consider that. Other factors that investors find in investment startups: team members and delegation. Have you developed your team? How well do you delegate to people who are executing, who are teachable, coachable, trainable, and learnable? And they produce, they are proving themselves to be investable. When they see that you have an investable staff, an investable management team, that you delegate well because you've assessed, and again, like I said, go to my YouTube channel, Lady Verb. We talked about how to properly position people based on their gifts, their talents, and their abilities. You've properly placed everyone that you have access to placing, their performance, they're doing well, and it shows in your bottom line. That is a green flag for an investor who is interested in a good, solid startup. Exit strategy. Things happen, but if you have a solid exit strategy, if you have what our mentor said to us today, well, look, okay, if you have a situation in your facility, are you just going to shut down the whole facility and lose business that day? Or are you going to, again, be a problem solver, find solutions, be solution minded, be an answer? We talked about that. You guys need to go to my YouTube channel. Oh my gosh, I got some juicy stuff in there. I may go back there and remind myself. Woo! So you just gotta have that wow factor, that X factor that makes you so unique and so different from anybody else. It's like, man, do what you gotta do to let people see you are investable. What drives most investors is finding startups that at some point can become big or large companies to get a significant return on their investment. There is a television channel that is one of my favorite channels, and it's not because of the obvious reasons. I look at it because I look at the business opportunities that they're talking about, that as a result of certain relationships, they're able to get these businesses off the ground. They're able to take these mom and pop situations that may have looked like something that needs to retire, and they revive it, they rejuvenate it, they restore it, they give it a twist, they give it that X factor, they give it that wow factor, and turn it into a whole different business entity from something that is investable. So do not despise small beginnings. Do not despise what is in your hand. For those of us in my body of Christ, little becomes much in the master's hand. Take what you have in your hand and be open, be creative, be innovative, be unique. Look at what you can do differently to make a whole different trend in your industry. You can do it. 4 critical areas of financial well-being that can be scrutinized closely for signs of strength and vulnerability are liquidity. How fast can you turn over and be liquid, be fluid in cash flow? Solvency. Are you solid? Is your foundation strong and solid to where regardless of what's happening, you still have enough to be solvent, that it can regroup, that it can revive, that it can replenish, that it can be redoable? Profitability. If you are investable, it's because you are profitable. And operating efficiency. The reason why you can't let things slide and slack in your company, in your organization, in your business is because it affects your operational efficiency. Don't be floored by a common name of a business that has stood the test of time. I have seen in my lifetime businesses that you thought would never be extinct are not here today. So do not take for granted that your business, your organization, and even your ministry is here for a lifetime. If you are not operating in a high efficiency, if you are not being liquid and solvent and profitable, you are not investable. We want you to be investable here at Success Beyond Strategies. And wrapping this up, what is the difference between a good company and a good investment? If your company is highly dependent upon you in order to run it and grow into the future, then buyers may not consider your company a good investment. Now, let me put a disclaimer there. If you're in your 1 to 3 years, if you're into 1 to 5 years, even if you're into your 5 to 10 years, somewhere in that benchmark in between your 5 to 10, you should be able to have enough going and flowing in your business where you have trained the right people. They're teachable, they're trainable, they're coachable, they're learnable, they have been proven to be investable, and you are compensating that to the best of your ability, your communication with them in the future of your business and your organization and your ministry. You're constantly making sure that that is flowing and going, that you have people that are connecting with what you are doing. You should be able to go at least one day without being physically there, without having your hand on the phone, without peeking at your messages every 2 minutes. If not, then you need to sit down with your teams, with your staff, and you need to do a real hardcore assessment. Now, if you're in your earlier stages, your 1 to 5 years, that's the year to develop these types of people. That's why you have to be strategic in gaining people to come on your team. You're not looking for temporary people. Now, if you want temporary, you're advertising temporary because you have a seasonal business or you have a seasonal circumstance or situation in how you flow your business, then that's all well and good. But still bear in mind, you want them to still be investable, because if you are seasonal, you want to be able to call these people back, and they're going to have to want to come back. So you have to make that win-win situation pliable to you so that you are functioning and you're constantly growing and learning to where you are able to step back and from a distance, from the outside looking in, still see that your business is functionable and will not be dead. I love the show Undercover Boss, where hey, try that. Come in disguise. I mean, so good that nobody will know who you are, and be an employee. Set it up, be an employee, and talk to your management teams and your sales force and your social media, public relations, whatever your marketing, whatever area that you have seen that there's some leaks that you need to plug up and fix. Try it. Let that happen and see where it is. Talk to your people. If you can't talk to them directly, then hey, again, be creative and innovative and talk to them indirectly. The core matter is you need to get down to the bottom line to make sure that to be considered a business, a good investment, and a good company is a business that can run without its owner on the pulse 24/7, 365. If you think about your investments in public securities or mutual funds and those companies, if they can run without you, or you're investing and you check on your investments and different things like that, please do not invest in something and have a set it and forget it mentality. Then you are not a good investment. You're not a good company. You're not investable. I'm going to get a little street with you. Have your mind on your money and your money on your mind. I'm not saying 24/7, 365, but you better have your mind on your money and your money on your mind. That profitability, that bottom line, your operations, how everybody is flowing and moving in your business. You have to keep your mind on your business. You have to mind your business. You have to mind your investments. That's why you have companies that you don't understand what happened because, and hey, I studied to be a CPA. Didn't take the exam, but I respect CPAs. But even they, every now and then you need to check on them. What I loved about Oprah, she said, okay, I got people, but I sit down and I sign my own checks because I want to see what my people are doing. We've heard the stories over and over again how billionaires, trillionaires, millionaires are broke because they did not keep their mind on their money and their money on their mind. With that being said, thank you so much today for joining me on Finish Strong Friday. When I get off from here, I got some work I got to do. That's why I said, okay, I ain't gonna look all that gorgeous or pretty today. I got work to do. I gotta bust some sweat. I gotta put in my own sweat equity in my own business, okay? And do what my mentors have commissioned me to do, because they're helping me. They're serving me so beautifully. And the least I could do is show my appreciation by doing what they have recommended that we do for our businesses. So if you don't have a business coach, business mentor, you need to go to themagnetexchangegroup.com and take care of that, okay? But with that being said, visit my website, Success Beyond Strategies. If there's some assistance, just fill out the information. We'll schedule a consultation with you and make sure that gets done. Don't forget, check us out Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Our Life-Changing Alliances Personal Development. You are, oh my goodness, y'all just gotta come. That's all I can keep saying. Zoom room number is 404-333-8430. Our Magnet Exchange Group 10 o'clock call, our morning show. Room is 924-039-3360. Join us, join us, join us. We would love to have you. And have a wonderful Finish Strong Friday. Bye-bye for now.